Hi class. This video is actually going to be a tutorial on how to use Piktochart in order to make your infographic. One, to start, you'll have to go to Piktochart online. You can Google it to get to it, and then once you do, you have to make an account in order to work in Piktochart to make your infographic. And I have already made my account, so I'm going to sign in. And then once I sign in, you'll probably see my dashboard in which I already have a couple examples in which I have done. We'll get to that. First, I wanted to show you a couple of the basic things about Piktochart. So, for example, when you first sign in, you probably want to find the right template that works for you. And there are many templates that you can work from. There are free templates. The pro templates, that is an account in which you pay for. But the free templates, well, they're free. So you don't actually need to pay money to work in Piktochart. But if you really want to upgrade your infographs, then you have to pay. And I wouldn't recommend doing that because what they have available is completely serviceable. So find whichever template works best for your research project, for your information. Every research project is different, therefore it's going to need different design principles, right? Different design features. What I'm going to be working with today is actually going to be a continuation of our Buster Posey rule, right? I'm just going to keep working with the same topic just because I have the pictures and I have the resources and so forth. Okay, so let's pick a template, right? Let's go with this one. We're going to use this template. And then it's going to bring us up to the editor. And the editor is just, think of the editor as almost like the interface like Word. You have all these different options to design. So you have your graphics. You can mess with the graphics of your infographic template. You can upload things. You can mess with the background, the text, and so on and so forth. So here we have the beginning of our template, right? So for one, I don't like this picture. We're not going to use this picture, so let's get rid of it. And once we get rid of the picture, we have now revealed a background. And like I said, you can actually mess with the background. If you don't want a picture there, then you can just put whatever background you want. So let's go with this one. I don't know. It's whatever you really want. You don't necessarily have to have a picture. You can just have a background. I'm actually going to go with no image, and this is just the default background. But I want to fix the title first. Let's change the title to, I don't know, the Buster Posey rule. Baseball and player safety. Because we're not just going to be talking about concussions, because the Buster Posey rule just doesn't stop concussions. It's supposed to stop all injuries at the plates. Okay, so let's also not forget to title our project baseball and player safety. All right, okay, and it's now saved. Let's continue working at this. Okay, now that is something I like. I don't need this subtitle. Let's get rid of it. Okay, so we have a nice title, and you can actually mess around with the font, right? You can change the font. You can change the color. Let's say I don't like League Gothic. Let's go with I don't know, whenever my computer doesn't want to be slow. Okay, let's just stick with League Gothic. But you can change the font and you can change the color. Let's at least change the color to, let's have fun with it. Let's go with purple, because why not? Okay, so we have that, and now let's say that we don't want to go with just a traditional background. Let's say that we want a picture. Well, you can drop a picture here, and it will save down here. And like I said, I was already messing with this. So let's go ahead and click on this picture. It's not actually a Buster Posey. It's a Red Sox player, and I think it might be a Detroit Tigers catcher. I can't remember. So let's go ahead and expand. And so we now have a picture of a home plate collision, one of the things that the Buster Posey rule is supposed to stop doing. So now we have that. Now we lost our text. So what happened to our title Wait, hold on a second. We lost our title. I don't know what happened. Let's just say that's going to be in the background. Whatever. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Really, PictoChart is all about experimenting. I'm not going to lie. There are things about PictoChart that even I don't fully understand, but it's really just about going in and experimenting with it to figure out what works best for you, because you're not going to know everything about PictoChart, just like you might not know everything about Photoshop or everything about Final Cut, all these different other programs that are out there. So let's expand this. Okay, good. Do we really like that color? I don't think we do. So let's get rid of that color. Let's go with white. Okay. All right. Let's just stick with that for now, because I have a feeling that if the longer that we go at this, the more confusing it might get. Of course, I say that, and then I start doing this. All right. Okay. Now we're done. Okay. I'm done. I'm not going to keep working on that. Now let's say that now that we have established the beginning of this, you might also want to put your name, right? That might be really important. Oh, great. Oh, that actually might be the place then to put the subtitle. There we go. By Dylan Hawkins. White. Let's get our League Gothic. Let's go back to that. Why isn't it moving? There we go. Okay, cool. Look, we have our title. We have our title page, or the title, I don't know, block or whatnot. All right, so now we're going to move on, and I guess since we are doing an argument about the Buster Posey rule, we might need to define what is the Buster Posey rule, right? So what is the Buster Posey rule? Buster Posey is a catcher who was hurt. I'm not going to get into this. MLB instated, I don't know, created a rule to protect players at home plate. All right. I mean, it can be really more in depth. Okay. And then you can continue moving on. So then let's say, I don't know, what's one of the subtopics about this topic about the Buster Posey rule? Let's put pros of the Buster Posey rule. This thing is really finicky. Like, I don't know why. I just want to expand this. Let's get rid of this. Okay. There we go. Okay, and then you can put some information down here, whatever. And let's say that you actually have statistics, right? Statistics about the pros of the Buster Posey rule. Let's get rid of this picture. And let's say that we want to add in, I don't know, let's add in a chart, right? You can click on that, and you can create, like a bar graph, a pie chart, any kind of chart that is necessary, right? For what you're doing. Let's say that injuries. Let's say that the injuries have gone down. Let's call it player injuries. Let's do before rule. let's do, I don't know, after rule. All right, I mean, this is not like real math, real statistics. I'm just making stuff up. But we have now created a chart. And so now let's say that we want to insert our chart. We're going to click insert, and now we have this chart that we can come over and put here, right? Now let's say that we're not completely fans of the way that this chart is colored. Well, you can click back into this. We can go up here, and then we can actually just change all the colors. Update chart. All right, cool. All right, and so on and so forth. And that's what you can do, right? I mean, I'm not going to go through every single block and add something. I'm just showing you sort of the big features. So you can add a chart. You can actually add maps too. All right, let's say that, let's go back to that water infographic we looked at. The infographic about water and clean water and countries that have clean water and don't. Well, a map might be really important if you're doing a project that is similar to that. And let's say that in order to illustrate the Buster Posey rule, you need to show the video of Buster Posey being bulldozed at home plate. You can add that. You can put it in. So you can describe it in text and then provide video example of the Buster Posey rule, or the incident that incited the Buster Posey rule. All right. And then once you have completely done everything, right, you've synthesized all of your sources and incorporated them into this infographic, what I want you to do at the very bottom, there's a place in which you are to cite. I want you to put your MLA documentation at the end, the 6 to 8 sources, cite them at the end to let us know what sources you're working with, and where we can find them up above, so to speak. And that I would probably number them, almost like a footnote, so to speak. So yeah, there you go, guys. That is how you use the interface of Piktochart. It's fairly simple, but it really entails that you experiment and explore, because like I said, there are a lot of features, a lot of different things you can do with this. It's just a matter of going in and figuring out what works best for you. Now, whenever you are done, there is a saved option. So you want to save. Okay, so it is successfully updated. Now it is saved. You're not going to lose it. And then once you are completely finished with it, when you're 100%, you're ready, I first recommend that you preview it to make sure that you are finished, that everything does look right. Because the preview is actually a preview of what it's going to look like when you are finished and you have turned it into a JPEG. So go through, look, yep, everything looks good. Exit preview, and then you're going to click on download. And download, you want to download into an image, and you want a JPEG or PNG, I don't care, preferably a JPEG. And original is fine. If you want to go to a medium res, that's fine. I'll illustrate to you in a second that it doesn't really matter. But make sure that you've picked the right specifications that you want, and then once you're done that, just download as JPEG. Everything will be saved to your account, so you don't have to do this all at once. Like if you get to a certain point in your work that you're done for the day, just save it, right? And then you can, I don't know, I'll illustrate that. Let's log out. And let's log back in. Let's go to our dashboard. And it should be, yep, right here. Let's go to edit. Anytime now. Anytime. Yep, there it is. Excellent. So yeah, you don't have to do this all at once. You can work for a bit, save it, come back. Everything saves to your account, so you're not going to lose it. Okay. And so we've already been through the download. Now let's look at it. Let's see how it turned out. Okay, so it seems really small. That doesn't really matter because what we can do is we can just blow it up. Everything looks good to me, right? Of course, it's, I pardon my language, but it's half-assed just because this is an example and I don't have time to make an entire infographic with you in this video. I just wanted to show you the main features of it. Now you are tasked to go in and experiment, figure out which template works best for you and what kind of design you want to do. All right, just go in and experiment, have fun. I have found that this assignment is actually an assignment a lot of people like to do. So yeah, go in, find your resources, synthesize them, and then place them all in an infographic. All right, do it in the best design and whichever design you think works best for your project. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me. I look forward to looking at your infographics because because not only have I found that students like them, I also really like looking at them. Not only is it easier for me to grade, but I find that I have a lot of imaginative students, a lot of creative students. So every infographic I've seen has been completely different. So yeah, I look forward to this. All right, guys, have a good one.